boys and girls. We are talking about adverbs. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to a fast food restaurant and ordered a supersized meal? What happens to your French fries and drink when you supersize the meal? Yeah, yay, they get bigger. If you can remember that, you're going to have no trouble finding adverbs that describe adjectives and adverbs. This kind of adverb supersizes, or what we say emphasizes, the very next word. So why don't you go on to page 188 in your books where it says some adverbs modify adjectives or adverbs. And let's talk about adverbs modifying adjectives and other adverbs. So just a little trick, an adverb which modifies an adjective or another adverb always comes right before the word it modifies. So let's look at some examples that are not in your book. But the first thing I want to do is just review what an adverb is. And if you remember correctly, what you have to do is find the verb. And when you find the verb, then you need to ask one of those questions. And in this case, the verb is bloom. And we want to say, how often does it bloom? Well, it always blooms. Okay? But now we're going to kind of take it to the next level. So let's look at the next section. These are just examples. They're not in your book. And we have 3 sentences here where we're going to find the verb. We're going to find also some things that they can modify adjectives and adverbs. So for instance, Dad ate. He ate a hamburger. But now we're going to do describing that hamburger. Well, we know it's a large hamburger, but we also know that it's very large. So now it's like it's being supersized. Okay? Supersized. So the very is supersizing the word large. So that is the word that is modifying and is large. And very is the supersized word. Let's look at the next one. We have the turtle. How did he move? Well, he moved slowly is the adverb. Now, what's describing slowly? Well, it's describing how he moved, and it was quite slowly. Not just a little bit, but it was a lot. Okay, so in this case, quite is modifying another adverb. So adverb is modifying an adverb here. Let's look at the next one. Mindy plays soccer extremely well. Well, well is already an adverb describing how Mindy plays, but now we're supersizing it with extremely well. Okay, so we have an adverb, again, modifying another adverb. So let's look at our next slide, and which is going to be looking at our page 188. And I have the same ideas at the top just to help remind you. And usually it will come right before the word it modifies. So let's look at the bottom of page 188, think, and it says, in each of the following sentences, an adverb modifies an adjective or an adverb. Underline the adverb and draw a small, neat arrow to the adjective or adverb it modifies. So let's look at number 1. The garden suffered from an unusually early frost this year. Well, underline the adverb. I see an ly, which is a huge hint that it's probably an adverb. So we have unusually, we underline. But what is it describing? Okay, it's describing early. So we draw an arrow. So unusually is kind of the supersized word that's describing early. Okay, let's look at number 2. The disciples thought the boys' lunch was too small to matter. Well, let's look. We have small, which is an adverb, or actually see an adjective. Now let's look at what it's describing. Okay, 2 and small is, so technically we are looking at number 2, and TOO is describing small. So we have an adverb describing the adjective. And it's all still referring to the lunch. Okay? And look at number 3. James arose very early to go fishing. Okay, he arose early. Okay, when did he arise? He arose early. And so that's what it's going to be modifying. So let's look at our sentence. Very early is our supersized word referring to early. So you're going to continue doing this on the rest of the sentences on that page. I'm also going to be reviewing Friday's lesson. So if you would want to just do a little review as you get ready to do tomorrow's work. We're going to be practicing with adverbs on page 189. And just 2 little reminders: an adverb that describes a verb can be anywhere in the sentence, and an adverb which modifies an adjective or another adverb always comes right before the word it modifies. In Think A, we're supposed to look at the following sentences that contains an adverb which describes the verb. We're going to underline the verb 2 times and then write the adverb in the blank. Number 1, the children walked out to the playground. So we're going to underline the verb 2 times, which in this case is walked. And where did they walk? They walked out. Okay, number 2, a mockingbird sang up in a tree. What's the verb? Sang. And where was he? Up in the tree. That was Think A, and now we're going to continue on to Think B, where it says an adverb modifies an adjective or an adverb is italicized in each of the following sentences. In the blank, write the word which the italicized word modifies. So for number 1, the child walked very slowly down the stairs. Very is bolded and italicized, and it's which we're talking about what it modifies, and it modifies what? It modifies slowly, very slowly. So very is the supersized word, and it's modifying the adverb slowly. Let's look at number 2, and I already, Brianna was really tired after the track meet. And in this case, really is supersized. It is modifying how she was feeling tired, was tired. So this is what you're going to be doing for Think A and Think B for Friday's lesson. And if you have any questions or problems, please go ahead and give me a Zoom in the afternoon. Good luck, everybody. Have fun.